The confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 123,004. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 3,642. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases are 680, with total confirmed deaths remaining at 51. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, July 8th. As public health officials say testing capacity is expanding throughout the county, another location recently opened up here in Torrance, offering COVID-19 testing. Providence Urgent Care in Torrance, located on Crenshaw Boulevard near Sepulveda Boulevard, is now offering coronavirus testing only for patients with symptoms of respiratory illness or other signs such as fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Patients can choose to walk in, make a reservation online, or call 310-618-9200. The Torrance Urgent Care has provided treatment for minor illnesses or injuries to patients. There are a number of Providence Urgent Care clinics located in Torrance. California Governor Gavin Newsom says as hospitalizations increase, the state is prepared as can be. With 416 hospitals in California, Newsom says they are not equally distributed in various parts of the state. And depending on where you live, assets such as hospital beds may be limited. He encouraged retired medical professionals, especially ones with unique experience, to sign up to help during this time as cases surge, hoping these people can match needs in various parts of the state. In Newsom's press briefing today, he also discussed the state's inventory of masks. Currently, 231 million procedure masks and 46 million N95 masks are available for distribution. Health officials also talked about the surge capacity and readiness in the state of California, saying that hospitals have been ready and continue to be ready. Hospitals right now are planning, preparing, partnering, and adjusting plans as numbers begin to climb. There has been a 44% increase in hospitalizations just over the last 2 weeks alone, and ICU admissions have increased by 34% over the last 2 weeks as well. Hospitals are cross-training various staff in case they are needed in other capacities to serve patients. The state is also receiving 190 people from the United States Department of Health and Human Services to relieve caregivers. Newsom announced the addition of 3 more counties to the monitoring list, bringing that total to 26 counties, now including Napa, San Benito, and Yolo. And as officials learn more about the coronavirus, the World Health Organization says there is new emerging proof that you can get COVID-19 in a different way. During a recent briefing in Geneva, Switzerland, organization members say that there is evidence of airborne transmission of the coronavirus. This came after the publication of a letter signed by 239 scientists that urged the agency to update their information about the likelihood that people can get the virus from droplets floating in the air. Now, the agency says they have discussed and collaborated with many of those scientists who signed the letter. Officials added they have to be open to the evidence and understand its implications regarding its mode of transmission, and precautions need to be taken. WHO has said for a long time that the virus is generally transmitted through large respiratory droplets, often when someone sneezes or coughs. Officials say they plan to issue a brief in the coming weeks, and it will outline everything they know so far about airborne transmission. The White House continues to push for reopening of schools this fall. Vice President Mike Pence said the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will be issuing new guidance and a new set of tools soon to provide clarity on how to safely reopen schools for the new school year. A meeting was held by the White House Coronavirus Task Force at the Education Department Tuesday, and Pence said that it's absolutely essential for students to return to the classroom for in-person learning. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said they don't want the agency's guidelines to be used as a reason for schools to not open. President Donald Trump also said he would withhold federal funding if American schools don't reopen in the fall, and said he plans to discuss with federal health officials on reopening guidelines that he said were impractical and expensive. An association that represents major retailers is urging governors from across the country to enforce wearing that face mask. The Retail Industry Leaders Association, which represents Target, Home Depot, and other major chains, say that due to different rules around the country about wearing face masks, it's made it confusing for shoppers and hard for employees to enforce store rules. As many videos on social media have shed light on hostile behavior by shoppers who don't want to wear face masks. There was a letter sent by the association to the National Governors Association that strongly urged governors to continue issuing concise, statewide orders that create clarity for all businesses, local governments, and law enforcement. They also stated that wearing a mask is not about fear, rather it's about respecting others and preventing the spread of the deadly disease. They urged every governor to require consumers who are not faced with a medical condition to wear masks when shopping or in public spaces. California Governor Gavin Newsom issued a statewide mandate back in June requiring everyone to wear masks while in public places. There's a common household cleaner that received the official nod of approval to kill more than just common germs during this health crisis. The Environmental Protection Agency announced 2 LYSOL products that are the first surface disinfectants approved by the EPA that's been lab tested and found they could kill the virus on surfaces under 2 minutes. Let us repeat, on surfaces. Those include LYSOL Disinfectant Spray and LYSOL Disinfectant Max Cover Mist. In March, the EPA released a long list of household cleaners said to be effective against coronavirus because they've been tested and proven to work against similar viruses. Some of those popular items include Clorox Bleach, Fantastic All-Purpose Cleaner, Soft Scrub, and Oxivir, to name just a few of the nearly 400 items listed under the EPA's website. This also sent many of those products flying off the shelves, leading to shortages at grocery stores at the beginning of the health crisis. Restaurants not following guidelines during the health crisis may face hefty fines now. The Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors passed a motion yesterday at their weekly meeting to allow county health officials to impose fines or worse, immediately revoking their permits for not complying with COVID-19 health orders. This was introduced by Supervisors Janice Hahn and Sheila Kuehl, who expressed concerns that the county's current method for inspecting restaurants are not adequate, given the recent surge in cases. The Department of Public Health has 2 weeks to present an enforcement plan for approval, which will detail how large of a fine can be billed to restaurants. A restaurant's operating permit could also be revoked after a second violation is reported. At the end of June, inspectors found 49% of bars and 33% of restaurants were not adhering to physical distancing protocols indoors, while more than 50% of bars and more than 40% of restaurants were not enforcing face masks and face shield requirements. County officials hope this effort will help slow the rapid increase in new cases while allowing businesses to reopen and operate safely. Business owners in need of additional funds to help during this pandemic now have just 2 days to apply for a unique grant program. The Los Angeles Regional COVID-19 Recovery Fund is accepting applications for the first round of COVID-19 recovery grants. If you are a micro-entrepreneur, small business, or a nonprofit, you can apply to get the chance to receive $5,000 if you are a micro-entrepreneur and $15,000 if you have a small business or nonprofit. The deadline for the first round is this Friday, and there will be possibly more application periods. In response to the devastating effects COVID-19 is having on the local economy, the county, along with the city of Los Angeles, in partnership with institutional and corporate philanthropy, have created the fund. The LA Regional COVID-19 Recovery Fund hopes to provide additional support to underserved communities throughout the county. There will be 6 rounds in total, with finalists notified after each round. Interested businesses should reapply if they are not selected in the first round of funding. You can find the application online at lacovidfund.org. Los Angeles County public health officials are also reminding residents to protect themselves from mosquitoes as the weather warms up. As more of these critters are showing up across the region, officials say to use screens on windows and doors to prevent mosquitoes from getting in. Also, there are many other ways to prevent mosquito bites, including dumping out any standing water near your home, use mosquito repellent when you can, wear light-colored clothing when outdoors, and stay indoors during dusk and dawn. Torrance City Council members were back together again online to discuss city business. Despite two council members absent last night, Mayor Fury, along with council members George Chen, Sharon Kalani, Heidi Ashcraft, and Mike Griffiths, discussed and voted on a number of items on this week's agenda. The council acknowledged outgoing commissioners and thanked them for their commitment and service to the Torrance community. Council also proclaimed July as Parks and Recreation Month in the city of Torrance, and the council honored James Hatrack from the General Services Department upon his official retirement from the city. He started as a mechanic 29 years ago and over the years has achieved a number of automotive certifications. He was recognized for his hard work and great attitude, outstanding work ethic, and genuine love for his profession. The council also heard from members of the public for the full hour designated under oral communications. City Manager Leroy Jackson also gave his weekly update on the city's COVID-19 response and recovery efforts, reminding the community, due to the recent surge in coronavirus cases, LA County has modified its safer at home order, reclosing certain sectors, including indoor dinings, bars and breweries that do not serve food, along with indoor museums, family entertainment centers and card rooms. Beaches also closed over the holiday weekend. Jackson stated the intention of these closures was to prevent crowding. Mr. Jackson also updated the council on measures the city has taken to continue to support the business community through the health pandemic, not only with the business resource webpage, but also by helping to navigate through the constant changes of how businesses are being allowed to operate. He also mentioned the various communication channels that are helping the community to stay informed that include county, state, and federal updates related to the health pandemic. Mayor also echoed the county and state officials' sentiments that the community should take this virus seriously and urge the community to stay home whenever possible, wear face coverings, and continue to practice social distancing. Mayor shared that at Torrance Memorial, just in the last 24 hours, 30 new positive cases of the coronavirus were reported. The meeting continued with the approval of parking enforcement for residential street sweeping. While warnings will be issued beginning July 13th, citations will resume on July 27th. Before the council adjourned last night, Councilmember George Chen made a request under oral communication to bring forward a resolution to support the safety and well-being of Asian American Pacific Islander community members in Torrance in the wake of anti-Asian hate incidents that recently occurred. Now you can catch replays of the entire meeting and hear details of each agenda item discussed. Tune in tonight and tomorrow at 10 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. It can be seen here on City Cable, over the air on 25.2, streaming online and on demand on YouTube. A local business is jumping on the outdoor dining trend. With recent county health orders shutting down indoor dining at restaurants, restaurants are now getting creative, offering al fresco style dining. Torrance Tavern announced they just completed construction of its outdoor patio. They have tables set 6 feet apart and servers are wearing masks and face shields. They are open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. for outdoor seating. They will continue takeout and delivery. They offer happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. Torrance Tavern is located on Hawthorne Boulevard. Comedian Jay Leno's reality TV show made a stop in Torrance recently. Jay Leno's Garage featured and gave viewers an inside look at Torrance-based car company CANOO. In the episode, Leno gets behind the wheel of CANOO's state-of-the-art electric car that only sells on a subscription model. The first car from CANOO is a lifestyle car with a minimalist design that maximizes interior space. LENO meets CANOO co-founders Philip Weicher and Richard Kim, who gives him a tour of their facility. LENO gets a first-hand look of their cars that seat 7, three-wheel drive, and learns about the subscription model. Jay Leno's Garage takes people with him throughout America as he searches for unique rides and the stories behind them. Leno explores different parts of automobiles, from history of iconic brands, testing supercars, to offering consumer advice. You can find this episode online by searching Jay Leno's Garage on YouTube. A local nonprofit organization announced they're now in the running to win up to $100,000 and are asking the public to show their support. The Pediatric Therapy Network was one of 25 organizations selected as finalists in the My LA 2050 Grants Challenge. They have the potential to win up to $100,000 if selected. They are a finalist in the Learn category and hope to use the prize to promote early education programs and enhance functional abilities among children with an at-risk for developmental delays and disabilities. PTN is based in Torrance and helps children with special needs and medical conditions by providing therapies that increase each child's abilities so he or she can live a more fulfilling and independent life. Starting Monday, July 13th at 9 a.m., you can start voting for the organization online. Public voting will determine the size of the grant they will receive. Pediatric Therapy Network is the only finalist serving children with developmental needs and the only organization located in the South Bay and Long Beach area in the running. The My LA 2015 Grants Challenge is a way to make Los Angeles County the best place to learn, create, play, connect, and live. Go to la2050.org starting July 13th to cast your vote. The University of California Board of Regents made a historic announcement. Dr. Michael Drake was named the 21st president of the UC system. He was unanimously approved by the board and will be UC's first Black president in the system's 152-year history. Drake previously served as the president of Ohio State University, a position he held since 2014. Drake will replace outgoing UC president Janet Napolitano. He is a physician who received his bachelor's degree from Stanford University and a medical degree in ophthalmology from UC San Francisco. Now, he is no stranger to the University of California system. He has also previously served as chancellor of UC Irvine from 2005 to 2014. The university system has 10 campuses, 5 medical centers, and more than 280,000 students. He will begin his new role by August 15th. Chair of the Board of Regents, John A. Perez, and President Drake will hold a live stream discussion this Friday at 11:30 a.m. at universityofcalifornia.edu. El Camino College will soon be bringing one-of-a-kind research experience to its students. It was one of 3 colleges that was awarded $550,000 by the California Education Learning Lab to develop hybrid lab-based biology courses to offer authentic research experiences to its students. California State University Dominguez Hills and the University of California Irvine are also recipients and will work together to redesign a total of 15 courses. The new program will be designed to bring lab research to a much larger number of students and to expand with demand. So far, it will serve 375 students at El Camino. This was one of 5 projects to receive funding through the Learning Lab's Enabling Institutional Change in Undergraduate STEM Education Grant Program. The hope is for faculty at the 3 campuses to redesign, implement, and assess a curriculum-wide series of hybrid course-based undergraduate research experiences, also known as CURES, that will serve as core curricula within their biology degree programs. By offering this, the partner campuses will also serve non-traditional STEM students better and be able to respond more quickly to challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic. A local high school is sharing some big news on how they are updating their campus for the future. Bishop Montgomery High School staff announced major renovations are underway, and they cannot wait for students and faculty to put the incredible new spaces to use. Officials say the areas will focus on STEAM education, which includes science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Fall 2020 will bring a new engineering lab and makerspace, robotics studio with a competition field, more computers, a world language lab, an esports lab, an ed tech office, and digital arts and Mac labs. A fatal traffic collision shut down a main intersection early this morning. Torrance police is investigating a fatal car accident involving a car and light pole on Crenshaw Boulevard. When officers arrived on scene around 12:30 a.m., they found a 2015 Dodge Charger that collided with a pole. The initial investigation shows that the car was traveling north on Crenshaw Boulevard and appears the driver lost control of it and collided with the light in the southwest corner. There were 5 passengers, including the driver, who had injuries. Torrance Fire Department treated all 5, but 1 was found to be deceased. She was a 23-year-old Redondo Beach resident. The driver was sent to a local hospital for his injuries. He is a 22-year-old male from Torrance. 2 other passengers were also transported with significant injuries. The intersection of 190th Street and Crenshaw Boulevard were closed in all directions for hours before opening up around 10 a.m. If you have any information in this regards, anything about this accident, police are asking the public to call 310-328-3456 with more information. And your usual commute today may have been slower than usual. Public Works crews were once again applying slurry seal applications from 8 a.m. this morning, except this time they were in residential areas. They worked on 173rd Street near Artesia Boulevard and Eastwood Avenue. There were delays and crews plans to end work today at 5 p.m. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community. Feel-good pictures, images, and videos that reminds us all of how resilient our community is and reflects how Torrance truly cares. David Nyers turned 5 years old this week, and his birthday was made extra special thanks to the City of Torrance Public Works Department in coordination with his parents and the sanitation team. They made a special visit with a drive-by birthday celebration with 3 trash trucks in tow. He also got a hat and little trash truck toys as presents. The Nyers say this meant so much to them, as David in the past year and a half has faced several chronic health conditions, and seeing him so happy meant so much to them. David's neighbor reached out to the city to share that David loved the city's trash trucks and its drivers, and as they stopped by the neighborhood weekly, and asked if the department could do something special. This is just one of the many ways that shows how the City of Torrance truly cares about its residents. Now, if you have a great story to share or just want to say hello, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. And that is our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Christine Lee brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.